Good morning there, boys and girls. Welcome to Adventures of the Broke and Retired. I'm your old buddy Don, here with my sometimes dependable, sometimes despicable old buddy, Elmer the Reckless Remote. It's going to be an exciting episode today. Okay, it's not going to be an exciting episode today. But, what am I going to say, But today, I'm a little weird in the head today. Today's day 4. Day 4 of not smoking. Now, I have been using, as a crutch, I've been using this. Okay? I figured out last night, this is a placebo. And I figured that out because there's no warning on here about the product containing nicotine. Now, had I looked into it a little bit more, had I read the directions, had I done any research, I'm sure I'd have found out that this is, my nose is all screwed up from not smoking, which is a good thing because it's getting, my head is getting clear. Anyway, it's not nicotine replacement therapy, which in a lot of ways I'm happy about and I think is very, very good because it takes you twice as long to kick the same habit. It makes it a little easier because you break the habit down into 2 separate pieces. With nicotine therapy, see, smoking has 2 addictive qualities, characteristics, whatever you want to call it. Should I even have that up there? Let me do this. And this. There we go. Smoking has 2 addictive characteristics. One characteristic, and I kind of feel like I can speak with authority on this because I've got a lot of experience. Unfortunately, I've got tons of experience smoking cigarettes. One of the habitual things is, one of the habits is, one of the addictions is the actual hand motion. It's the smoking, the act of smoking itself. And of course, the other is the nicotine, and the nicotine is to keep you smoking. I will never, for the life of me, other than a plan to keep you smoking, I don't know why they just don't take the nicotine out of cigarettes. And I guess the reason they don't do it, seems to me they could. They can do everything else. They can put a man on the moon. But then nobody would smoke. So, anyhow, 4 days. Yeah, you can tell I'm a little loose. My brain is getting a little wound up. But I'm not going to give up on this. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to go back to it. I'm not going to let Mr. Nicotine decide my life for me. I've had enough of that. I don't want to have a stroke. I don't want to have a heart attack. I don't want to fall out dead. This retirement, I never for the life of me ever imagined I would make it to retirement. Ever. I never thought I would. So, I didn't see any point to live any different than what I was. Now, maybe that was just a sad excuse for myself to be a lazy slob. I don't know. But I never thought I'd make it to retirement. But since August 1st, I've been retired, and I ain't gonna lie to you. This retirement thing works for me. I'm in a very good relationship with Amy. She gives me the freedom to do what I please, which is a big deal. Most of what I like to do, I like to be productive. So most of what I do is YouTube. And she's on board with it. She's happy with it. Maybe one day it'll make money. Who knows? It's not making money yet, but it ain't all about money. Everything is not about money. But as you can tell, I'm a little scatterbrained from lack of nicotine. Today's going to be hard. Today's going to be tough. I was up at 4:30, a few minutes before 5. Amy gets up at 4:30 to go to work. So about, then I'm just laying in bed awake. What's the point of that? So I got up and had coffee and sat and talked to her for a few minutes. And I came downstairs at 6, and I put a big chunk of roast in the crock pot. My daughter Rhonda and my granddaughter, her daughter Zoe, are coming over for dinner tonight. So I'm going to make a big chunk of meat. Not any point to make a cooking video about putting something in the crock pot. But that's the plan for today. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how life gets me through the day. We'll see. All I have to do, I do have to go to the store today, so I've got to get some stuff for the dinner tonight. Well, I tell you what would be really good would be a loaf of bread to stick, buy a frozen loaf of bread and stick it in the oven. That would be good. I know bread is carbohydrates, and I'm already fat enough. Thank you. I understand that. But you got to get a bottle of Fireball, too. I'm out of Fireball. Which is dead calories, just dead calories, sugar. Anyhow, you can tell I'm a little scatterbrained from lack of nicotine. I'm jonesing here, but, at some point in time, as Monday progressed through the day Monday, and as Monday progressed into Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, and now today, Friday, the craving for nicotine has been slowly increasing. It's getting a little stronger and a little stronger and a little stronger. And at some point in time, it'll be a David and Goliath situation. Goliath being the nicotine. And I will knock it out. I'll knock it down. And then I'll start getting over the other side of it to where it's not such a drain. It's not such a strong pull. but right now, it's pretty strong. And I could go buy a nicotine replacement product. But I don't want to. It's like I said a minute ago. I don't want to break it down into two habits, right? One habit of the physical act of smoking, the other habit, the addiction to nicotine. So then you have to quit twice. Because what you do is you break the physical habit of smoking, the physical action of smoking, the hand-to-mouth action. Then you've got to get over the nicotine. So it takes twice as long, it's twice as much work. It's just do it all at once. Kick yourself in the butt and get over it. That's all there is to it. It can be done. You don't have to smoke to live. So it can be done. It's just, and it's not a matter of can I do it or can you do it. That's not true either. Yes. Like I've been saying, you can do it because all you have to do is nothing. All you have to do is don't smoke. And it seems to me that don't smoke ought to be pretty easy. It's not. But not doing something ought to be easier than doing something. So it ought to work that way, but it don't work that way. Because nicotine is very strong. Nicotine, as far as I understand, is the most addictive substance on earth. I don't know how much truth there is to that. That's what I've always been told. And I might have always been told that simply because people didn't want me to smoke. I want to talk about something else. No, well, it's not something else. You can tell I'm losing my mind over nicotine, right? My breathing has been better. My ability to speak has been better. My nose is all screwed up from not smoking. It's going through a bunch of changes. That'll fix itself fairly soon. I might even be able to breathe through my nose again one day. But I don't get up in the middle of the night hacking up a lung. In fact, Amy noticed that today. Your breathing is better and you're not coughing as much. See how long I've sat here. Right now, this video has run. It says on the timer that it's run for 10 minutes and 27 seconds. And I haven't stopped to get a sip of water or to clear my throat or anything, which is because I haven't been smoking. Because when I was smoking, I would have to stop and edit it out. Because you don't want to cough on the camera. It's gross. But I don't have to do that now. I do have this lip smacking habit that I have to stop. I have to stop. I just got a text. I'll have to look at it as soon as I'm done here. But anyhow, so the good effects of not smoking are taking place. And if I compare, listen, I can breathe. If I compare the good effects to the bad effects, the bad effect being a rope around my neck, and I'm being drugged by a horse back to the pile of nicotine so I can go swimming. When I compare the good things to the bad things, the good things way outweigh. If you want to quit, if you want to quit bad enough, you can. You just got to want to quit really bad. And I mean really bad. Because otherwise it ain't going to happen. All right, boys and girls, thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate you watching these videos, and the comments have the support that I have gotten from y'all has been absolutely incredibly fantastic. Thank you so much for all the comments and all the support and saying all the wonderful things and all the you've got this and hang in there and it'll get easier, and it ain't easier today, but it'll get easier. And it will get easier. Sooner or later, it's going to get easier. Right now, it ain't so easy. Yes, I'm struggling. All right, Elmer, it's time to get us to get us out of here. Let's let these good folks get back to whatever they was doing. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.